You're watching Port Charles on KMTV 11.
Any messages for me?
Yeah, a bunch. So I heard your mom put on a real show at Dr. Collins and Dr. Lambert's wedding.
It was no show. My mother said... I don't need to explain this to you.
Whatever, I'm just sorry I wasn't there to see it.
Allison, can you give me a hand over here?
Oh, Rachel, there you are. I wanted to talk to you about...
Look, I don't know what Kevin told you, but I did not come to Port Charles to look for him or to intimidate him. And I think you have to agree that professionally, I'm not obligated to tell him that my sister was his former fiancée. I'm working very closely with the doctors handling my
Rachel,
mother's...
stop. Breathe. I just wanted to say that if I can do anything to help you with your mother, I'm only a phone call away.
Thank you. Thank you very much. My mother, she's coming along nicely.
Good.
Thank you, just the same.
You're welcome.
Hey.
You know, not that I like fighting with you, but the making up part isn't half bad.
No?
You do understand, don't you?
About the making up? Absolutely.
Frank, Frank, I need you to know that I'm not only thinking about us and everything we've been working for. I'm thinking about her, too, and what's best for her. You know that, don't you?
Sure. And whatever I decide, I won't let it get in the way of my love for you and Neil. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, I know it now.
You know, and the best part?
It's the making up part, right?
The best part is you were honest with me. I mean, that hasn't exactly been our style, but it's like we made it to a new level. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. So, I thought maybe you, didn't you say you had that meeting with Claire's father this morning?
I moved that appointment back.
Oh, so we could be together and drive Serena to school?
Serena's been having nightmares, Lucy, and I think it's good that she knows that I'm not going anywhere.
That is good. You know, I was thinking maybe these visits with Claire, maybe it just kind of scares or, worries her, maybe about what Dominique went through.
Well, I was hoping that these visits was going to help her to understand what Dominique went through,
maybe, it could be, but it's just there's that sense of loneliness and loss and maybe abandonment in this, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I guess when we don't pick her up at school, that doesn't help matters.
I didn't pick her up, okay? It was me. It wasn't we. And I am sorry. I keep saying I'm sorry over and over. I forgot and it won't happen again, okay?
I don't want to argue with you, Lucy. Just what we do together affects our children, okay? I'm going to pick Serena up today. See ya.
You. You were serving drinks at my grandmother's party.
Yeah, and you were trying to make off with him, huh? Listen, Allison, what room is Renee Johnson in?
Oh, give me 1 minute and I'll tell you. Renee Johnson is in room 416. It's that way.
Cool. Thanks.
Well, well, well. If it isn't Dr. Rachel Locke, otherwise known as, life of the party. Ruff. Otherwise known
If
as...
you're referring to my mother's behavior, I'd appreciate a little respect.
I'm sure your mother deserves respect. You, on the other hand, blew the roof off the joint, baby. Well, at least that's what I heard from, who was it? Oh, that's right. Everybody.
You shouldn't believe everything you hear, Mark.
You know, they say that when you let loose, that you, really let loose. Of course, I should know that because that's what you did when you came on to me.
Came on to you. You know, that's not the way I remember it.
Really? Well, hon, that's the way it happened. You know, I'm just sorry that you didn't find our relationship more, what was the word? Oh, satisfying.
Yes. Yes, that is the word.
That's too bad, because I'll just bet that you could really use a friend right now after your recent humiliation. Well, you never know. Stranger things have happened.
Dr. Martino to room 671. Dr. Alicia Martino to room 671.
Colonel Wright, I'm Scott Baldwin.
Oh, I can't thank you enough for tracking me down.
Well, the Marine Corps was very helpful.
Now, if we can just talk some sense into that daughter of mine. We're not a family of quitters.
Have you had a chance to talk to her?
No, she won't see me.
Well, you see, sir, that's not the reason why I tracked you down.
What do you mean?
I'm here to try and convince you to let her go.
Crying out loud. You're nothing but a damn ambulance chaser, aren't you?
Your daughter has chosen the manner in which she wants to die.
Isn't it obvious that she's not capable of making that decision? That's why I have her medical proxy. I will be the one to decide.
Well, she still hopes that you will respect her wishes.
Nobody wishes to die.
You're right. She doesn't want to die.
I still will make that decision.
With all due respect, Colonel, no piece of paper, no proxy is going to keep your daughter alive. However, you have the power to let her die with some dignity.
Every day you read, there are breakthroughs.
I know you love your daughter, and she knows it too. But neither one of us is going to keep her alive. But you have the power of not letting her die alone.
Alexis, hi. Thanks for coming.
You bet.
Well, you asked me to think it over, and I did.
And?
Let's do it. Let's go to court and see what my rights are.
All right, what about the adoption?
Well, I only want Christina to be happy, that's all. And right now, she seems happy with the Baldwins. We both know that Chris and Julie are going to put up a fight, and I want a say in that fight.
I think you're making a smart move.
Okay, so you'll file as soon as possible?
Is today soon enough?
No, that's great. Yeah, thanks.
Listen, Frank, I wouldn't say anything about this to anyone. The longer that Julie and Chris are kept in the dark, the less time they have to come up with ammunition to use against you.
Agreed.
I'll be in touch.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Frank. Hi.
Hey,
Was that a really important meeting?
Lucy, hi. Yeah, it was.
Was it about Christina?
You know, I only want to do what's best for her.
And you could be a little more specific, just a little bit, please, Frank.
Actually, I can't right now. I'm running late, so...
You take care, okay?
So it turns out the social worker already told Judge Friedel about Lucy showing up in the park. And here is the best part. She was not happy about it.
That's great. Did Martin say it will help get the adoption set aside?
Mm-hmm. He thinks there is a good chance. As much as I hated Lucy crashing my visit with Christina, if it helps me get her back, then it will all be worth it. Sounds like things are going well. Yes, quite well, as a matter of fact. I'm sorry that I haven't been in touch. Things have been a little crazy for me lately. Really? Now, why is that?
Yeah, paperwork piling up. Spending too much time in the Looney Tunes chat room.
Or have you been chasing after your mother? Oh, wait a minute. Your dead mother. When I told you about my mother, she's so damaged, she's so different from the woman that I remember. She practically is dead. That wasn't so hard to say, was it? Question is, why didn't you say it before? Why'd you have to lie about it? You know, tears, the whole works, Rachel. Because at that point in your recovery, it was important.
Yeah, it was important for you to suck Julie in so you could control her. Come on, Rachel, you wouldn't know the truth if it jumped up and bit you. That's Pacelli. I need to take that. Of course, I hate to leave. It's like turning away from a train wreck.
Don't worry. I'll fill you in. Look, I have been on your side. I always have been. I always will be. Really? Then tell me something. Were you on my side while you were working with DV? I'm glad Chris finally told you about that. Yeah, I just bet you are. And he also told you how he was accepting reward money from DV. As a matter of fact, he did. That's how I got visitation rights with Christina. I don't understand. Basically, Chris and DV conspired to keep me from claiming my daughter. So in the eyes of the court, it wasn't my fault. See, Chris actually did me a favor. I'm glad that there are no more secrets between us. Everything's out in the open. You know, I always had your best interests at heart. I hope you believe that. You took me on as a patient to get back at Kevin. You thought I was a killer, and you wanted me out of Ferncliff so I could knock him off for you. What you're saying is outrageous. Oh, it's outrageous. But see, it's true. You were always my priority. You and reuniting you with your daughter. If you want, I can still help you do that. You have no credibility anymore with anyone. You're a joke, Rachel. And not a very good one.
I'm bounced over to the nursery.
Yeah?
Yeah? And that baby of yours, she's something else.
Yeah, well, she wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for you, so.
Ah, that guy, the paramedic, he bought us some extra time. And I'm on top of finding a place for the both of you to stay. All right?
Hey, look, don't get in too deep, okay?
Get in.
I'm serious. It's risky.
I'm fine.
I don't like my patients being disturbed during their recovery.
Oh, he wasn't disturbing me, Doctor. As a matter of fact, he was just...
Don't even bother explaining, all right? Dr. Attitude's pretty much already decided what he thinks of me.
Just taking care of my patient. It's my job.
Yeah, maybe you should spend a little more time actually doing your job, Doctor. A little less time looking for trouble. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't think I know what you're saying.
Why don't you have yourself a drink? Think about it.
You're wasting your time. I told you before, we're not a family of quitters.
Colonel, my friend in the Marine Corps, when he sent me your file, it said that you were against the Vietnam War.
It was a war we couldn't win. I was there, I could see that.
First rule of war, right? Never get into a war that you can't win.
That's right. This is different. This is my daughter.
I know, sir. And believe it or not, I know what you're going through. I lost someone that I loved very, very much.
And how can you even?
Because letting her go was the hardest thing I ever had to do. Admitting that I couldn't win the war.
You're good. You know, I don't like you very much, Baldwin, but you're good.
You don't have to like me, sir.
Hello, baby.
$20,000, Courtney. $20,000 I paid you. And what do I get for it? Nothing.
Would you just keep your voice down? I didn't realize this was about money for you, Lucy.
It's not. This is the language I am trying to speak to make you understand. This is your language, the money language. You know what you gave me? You gave me your word. You swore to me you would make sure that Frank backs off, doesn't claim Christina. And what happens this morning? I walk in. There's a meeting with his lawyer. The recovery room now. They're meeting.
Really? Well, maybe he is telling her that he doesn't want to get involved.
I don't want to hear any more excuses. I want you to make sure that Frank does the right thing and does it now. Do you hear me, Courtney?
All I know is I intend to have a place in my daughter's life. I don't know what it is yet.
Well, the worst thing you could do is make a snap decision and then change your mind later.
You're right. I'm just gonna see how this plays out, take it one step at a time.
Okay, I gotta run. I gotta pick up Neil from school. Love you.
Okay, baby. Love you too. All right.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Jamal.
How you doing? Good, man.
Good.
Hey, I just saw Valerie.
Oh, don't you mean Renee?
Oh, huh? Yeah. About that, you really hooked her up. I mean, with the extra time to recover and everything, fake name.
Not a problem.
And also for sticking up for me when Ramsey was dogging me out.
Hey, there's no love lost between me and Chris Ramsey.
Oh, well, that explains it.
Explains what?
Well, that little hottie you were having lunch with, I mean, that is your lady, right?
Yeah, her name's Courtney.
Anyways, I was working this big hospital party, and I saw Ramsey put some drops into a champagne glass, and then he asked me to give it to Courtney. Only Courtney doesn't get it, some other lady does. I'll tell you, Frank, she was cooked.
Jamal, are you sure about this?
Oh, come on, man, no doubt about it.
Hey.
Hey, hi, Lucy.
Hi.
Claire's father has agreed to let her go home.
That's wonderful. Thank goodness, that's great. Hey, you did an amazing thing there. That's, you know what, you're not an easy man, but you're a good man. I'm sorry, because I am sorry. I should have remembered to pick up Serena at school. I should have.
I know, but I didn't have to rub it in the way I did. I know how much you love Serena.
I love her so much. I love her the same way I love Christine, and they are everything to me. They're my girls.
Yes. Yes, they are, Lucy, and only the courts can legally say who is a parent and who isn't a parent. They can't make someone be a parent. You know, and you've been a great mother to those girls in every sense of the word.
Well, see, that's how I feel. I really, truly feel that way.
Well, I think the important thing is that you just gotta put the kids first at all times. I mean, that's what we gotta do, and I think everything will fall into place.
I know that, and here it's just, you know, I get a little crazy, and I'm trying. It's just hard sometimes.
I know. I do know that.
Hey! What is wrong with you? You want to tell me why you tried to drug Courtney?
Stay tuned for scenes from the next Port Charles. On the next Port Charles.
Who are we talking about?
Courtney.
Listen to me. Don't expect anything from her. That way you'll never be disappointed.
There, I got them all.
You missed one.
Get your very own Nurses Ball t-shirt by visiting abc.com, part of the Go Network.
Two lovers torn apart.
Greenlee, we're sabotaging.
Will their hearts find a way?
Whatever she told you about us, it's a lie.
Back to each other.
You are the only woman I love. The only woman that I will ever love.
How can you love me after everything I've done to you?
Don't miss All My Children, ABC Daytime.